everybody. Welcome back to Tastemaker Talk, episode 6, I believe. Where we in Tastemaker Talk, you get to chat with your food creator business besties as we help you achieve your creator business goals. We are your hosts. I'm Abby, and this is Chandice. And we run Tastemaker Conference, and we are so excited to be broadcasting live from Italy at Via Bocella in Tuscany. At our food photography workshop in our state. And our guest educator is Rachel Korinek. Yeah, you can see it. We might give you a walking tour, as it goes around, but maybe we'll do that after we get through a few things.
Yes.
So before we get started talking about what we've been learning about, Chandice is going to do our sponsor spotlight.
Woohoo! Today we would love to spotlight Simple Pin Media. They have spent over 8 years becoming experts in all things Pinterest. Every day that they align with expertise with the business goals of their clients to get results. They use all the history they have from working with hundreds of Pinterest clients to leverage data, your goals, and current Pinterest algorithm together to drive the results you want in your business. And we just love Kate. She's been a longtime speaker and supporter of Tastemaker Conference. And so we're so excited that she and her team are sponsors. Again, they were there last year and it was a great success. So welcome back, Simple Pin Media. We can't wait to see you in Vegas.
Okay, and we have a few community announcements. So virtual Tastemaker Conference tickets are live and available for purchase on the website. Daphne's going to drop the link in the bio. And if you haven't heard about our affiliate program, we have that. You can become an affiliate to earn commission on all tickets for VTC, Tastemaker, anything. So Daphne will also drop the link to that, all the links.
Can you hear the cicadas in the background?
Yeah, and the music and the voices.
It's so...
We're not wearing our headphones today. We want to give you the live, actual experience of what it's like to be in Tuscany. And we don't have any new food news, but I guess we can talk about the food we've been eating here and our experience with that.
Yes, and there was some new food news that I heard, but now I can't remember. Oh, new food news, exciting at the airport. McDonald's has gluten-free French fries in a dedicated fryer and a gluten-free cheeseburger at McDonald's in Europe, which is crazy.
We did learn that. It's like a whole nother gourmet menu.
We have been, because both Abby and I have celiac disease, and our chef here at the villa, you should see, Fiorenza has brought these big, beautiful pastries with all these flaky layers. And we're like, are you sure they're gluten-free? Are you sure? Because they're so good. And I would know for sure if they were not right away. And they are. And they have a beautiful gluten-free bakery here. But just everything has been incredible. Tonight we cooked pasta.
Yes, we had a pasta making.
It was so good. Yeah, we had a pasta making class and it was fun to learn the ways they do it. Oh, so new food news is Europe edition, Italy edition. So she was like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do macaroni. I was like, okay, sounds great. So she cuts it into this, what is this? A rhombus?
Yeah.
Rhombus.
Well done.
Yeah. I feel so strong right now.
We don't like math.
I did terrible in math. Hey, honors English, terrible in math. But a rhombus shape. And I was like, okay. And I was thinking she was going to show me how to twist it or tube it or something. And she said, all right, there is your macaroni. And I was like,
you were like, what?
No, what? And she goes, this is what we call macaroni. And it's just a rhombus, flat noodle. That's it.
So when you put it in boiling water, does it?
No, it does nothing. It stays flat. Isn't that funny?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yes. And so also here in Lucca is where we're staying. Just up the road is one of the biggest pasta factories in the world, or the best pasta factories in the world. They do you remember Minuccia? Minuccia.
That sounds right. You have a great memory.
Oh, rhombus, Minuccia. Oh man, I'm on fire. Minuccia pasta, which I think you've seen, because in my head, if I remember right, it's like the royal blue with the yellow around it, I think. But anyways, my favorite gluten-free pasta is Jovial. And that's where we came to find this beautiful villa is our dear friend, Carla. May she rest in peace. She's the founder of Jovial, and she used to do retreats here. And so Jovial is made on a separate dedicated line, separate area, separate everything. And it's the best gluten-free pasta. So just up the road from us is the best gluten-free pasta and the best regular pasta. I don't know. I have not tasted it, but I would imagine it's pretty good in the world.
Yeah. So that was better than new food news. New food news to us.
Yes. Well, and then just our experience here on site every morning, the ground taker they go and pick what they're going to eat for the day. So the other day we got to pick zucchini and zucchini blossom, this big zucchini blossom, so pretty. And he said, we're going to batter and fry them. And that's what we're having for lunch. And I'm like, oh, wow, it's amazing that they just eat right off the land. And we bought some lavender oil. So of course I did.
Yes. Sure.
It's my favorite flavor ever of everything. If there's a lavender option anywhere, I will get it.
Yeah.
We've been eating lots of gelato.
Lots of gelato. There's tiramisu for every dessert, it feels like, and cookies and biscotti and
it's been really great. Just the food here has been phenomenal. We had a steak that was as big as our head.
Florentine steak.
Florentine steak, about 4 inches thick. That's how they do it. But you'd think then, because they serve it medium rare, so you'd think that that middle is. No, I think somehow
it like melts in your mouth like butter.
Like butter steak. And I'm not a steak person. In fact, the only steak I'll have once in a while is like a fillet. I don't like T-bone, and it was a beautiful T-bone with a salty crust. Are we making your mouth water yet?
I'm like, this is your happy place. Let me tell you about.
So happy. Abby will be walking up the street and she's like, come on, we gotta go. And I was like, just go, I'll catch up. I found a gelato spot.
Candice comes back. I'm not exaggerating. She has like 2 or 3 bags like on her arms. She has a crepe in one hand and a gluten-free, dairy-free gelato cone that of course looked amazing. Like you would never know. She's like, I found this and I found this. She's like, gluten-free, dairy-free, certified.
Like the whole place, and it's the number. It won the festival last 2 years as the #1 gelato in all of the like everywhere here, and it was so amazing. The whole place is dedicated gluten-free. They had big, beautiful waffle cones. I got hazelnut gelato that happened to be dairy-free too, but it was so good. And the crepe was good,
and the regular gelato we hear is amazing. It's just it's a very friendly place for all types of food, and needs, whatever that may be.
And speaking outside of food, we went to an alabaster shop yesterday and we got to see alabaster being made. So my bags were full of alabaster.
Yes, they were. And we've been very diligent about posting daily recaps. So you can see on the most recent one, I haven't posted today's, but you can see the artisan. He's sitting there and like, carving it out, which was incredible.
Do you mean tonight? How many spritzes have we had so far tonight?
But where's I didn't bring my wine out.
Loving the recaps. Definitely sounds wonderful. Oh, she loves jovial too.
Yeah.
How many drinks have you had tonight?
I had one limoncello spritz, and then I just poured a glass of red wine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not too many. I saved
Monday night was when we had a little party.
A couple bottles of limoncello and 9 bottles of wine. Yeah. But I brought my 0 proof from Italy. I brought it from America because I didn't know where I could find it here.
Wait. Just so this tracks, am I understanding this correctly? You ordered it from a shop in Italy. They shipped it to you in St. George, and then you packed it in your bag to fly to Italy.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's because I don't know where to find it here. There's like a shop where you get it online. So I brought bottles of red 0 proof and also bottles of a special bottle I've been saving of our rosé from Germany. So my mom and I enjoyed that tonight. 0 proof rosé from Germany.
Yay.
We have another friend. Yay. One more friend.
From Two Left Studio. If you've been following, here, we're going to push this back. Been following along with this journey, you will know she is our educator for the week here. We're gonna get cozy. So Rachel tonight, this is pretty open. We're just chatting. She's gonna share a little bit about the photography aspect. Any like takeaways?
But start off with the spritz.
Oh yeah, people want to see the drinks. We were talking about what we're drinking.
This is a meloncello, so it's like with a melon liqueur, and it is delicious.
It is very.
We have a really big day tomorrow, and the girls were like, "You should try it." And I was like, I've had my prosecco for the day, and I tasted it, and I was like, I have to have one of those. It's very, very good.
Yeah, I tasted it. It was from the local shop in Volterra, which is the oldest city in Italy. I fact checked it. It's true.
Like cantaloupe, like it's amazing.
And the woman in the shop, she was very, very proud that she is the only one to produce this meloncello specifically, and it's very yummy. I tasted it yesterday. So good stuff if you ever run into meloncello.
So cheers to our tastemaker community. What do we say? It's not
it's salute.
Salute.
And then chin chin.
What's that?
Yeah, it's like the noise the sound they
make.
Oh,
We just learned that today.
okay. Well,
Salute and chin chin.
there you go.
Yeah, but the photography has been going amazing. Like, you know, we have a big group and we have a very diverse range of photographers, bloggers, food photographers, people who are shooting food who have come from, you know, a wedding niche, different levels. We have people who have bought brand new cameras. They're trying to figure those out. They're trying to figure their settings out. Like, how do we capture motion? And then we have people that have been doing this for like 15 years and they're really here to get inspired and explore. And everyone is learning amazing things, which makes me so happy. Today we did like a composition session. So we did some theory and then we jumped into the kitchen here, which is like, it has gorgeous marble. The lighting's really beautiful and we set up a scene. Just going through like how you compose that and how do we like make the food look really good and sort of my workflow. So that was super fun.
Yeah, it was. And I loved learning that there was this gorgeous peach, or was it a plum? The plum. And she used this trick of taking another plum and squeezing the juice onto it, and it just made it so mouthwatering.
Yeah.
Because you have the plum that you're taking a picture of, and sometimes it can take time. So you take another plum and
you want to make it like fresh. So like we set all the composition up, get it to look really good, and it was like a breakfast scene. So then we're going to add the milk to the granola and we're going to scatter some sugar around, then we're going to squeeze the plum juice over so it's like the same color as the fruit that we're using. So it's a really good trick.
And I learned how important a good camera is. It changes everything.
Candice has an amazing new camera. I'm so excited for her.
Candice
She's been taking amazing photos.
One of those people that got a brand new camera.
But I didn't even know that I had the ability to do that. I didn't. I was like, I must just not be
I
that
remember
good of a
talking to you
photographer.
about it. Yeah.
And then the camera makes a difference.
It does. And you've got a mirrorless camera. So you've got the Z5. Yeah. And the mirrorless is just, it's so good for learning because you can see the exposure changes, the aperture changes in camera before you take the shot. I think it really helps.
And I've loved what you've taught us a lot about. It doesn't have to be white, light, and airy and then moody. You can have somewhere in between. And that was actually kind of like you gave us all permission to, like, you don't have
play
to
in the gray zone.
To play in that gray zone. And it's been so fun to watch everyone do that.
Oh my gosh. One of the most beautiful things I think is we're all in the same environment, but we all see so differently. And I'm seeing people's photos and I'm so jealous. I'm like, why did you take that? And what time of day was this? And how did you see this? It was just so exciting. I'm so inspired to see all these different things that people are capturing.
Did we share her pizza compilation? Because it was so beautiful. We had a pizza night last night and I loved, you did some black and white and you did others in color. But it was almost like you were there and you could feel the warmth of the fire. You could see the flour being thrown. And our pizza maker was named Fabio.
It was.
But it was just beautiful to see, like the way that you could, so many ways to photograph.
So many ways, yeah. And we're talking about like storytelling, and it was just a small pizza oven that they had at the back of the property under a green umbrella with some artificial light. So we had a mix of natural and artificial, and it wasn't the best lighting, but like you can catch beautiful moments. So that's why I decided to turn those into black and white, just to really focus on like the story and the ingredients. So.
And it's been fun to see what other people are inspired by. Like we had that one girl who her whole goal was to just have her theme be white.
Yeah.
White Italy. And the alabaster shop was a dream.
Yeah. Yes.
So she was loving that. And then we had a driver yesterday who took us to Volterra, and we're like, he was, just leaning up against the wall, smoking for just a break. And we're like, stop, all the photographers around. So our chef, everyone's felt like paparazzi are around.
Well, everybody's getting their photo taken as well, which is for photographers who are always behind the camera. Yeah. And so there's lots of people that are in the photos, like, and it's, we stopped at the sunflower field yesterday and we have some amazing shots of people just with sunflowers everywhere. Like that was a really nice surprise. So like they can also go home with these beautiful portraits, profile pictures.
Well, it's nice because that when you ask the person next to you, will you take a picture of me? It's going to be really good.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be really good. And I've asked a couple different people because I like seeing how they do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, let me take one of you. Now that I'm very good, but I will try. But it's fun to see the different ways in which people
it's so
photograph.
inspiring.
we'll be walking up the street and someone will all of a sudden take a picture of a doorknob and you're like, I have a picture of the doorknob too.
Yeah.
It's just really fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun to see the
Mhm.
creativity spark.
And
So what do you,
tomorrow?
tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're doing an amazing day excursion. We're going to go to a winery, which is exciting for lunch. And we're going to two towns. We're going to have time to like shop, photograph. Going to see it. Going to a chapel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cathedral. Yeah.
Cathedral.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
And Sam Gimgiano.
We don't know.
Yeah.
I know Erica taught us, and I thought of Jimmy John. So Jim Giano, I think. is how you-
Gimgiano?
Yeah.
I think so. Sam Gimgiano or Jim Giano, and then we're going to Siena, which to me that just sounds dreamy in and of itself.
It does. It does.
So it'll be fun. We learned a lot about art history while we've been here too, in the like not necessarily photography, but art, and I think that's inspired everyone. Like in the cathedral we visited, those beautiful paintings have been there for so long, and they talked a lot about how back in the day, a lot of people were illiterate and couldn't read, and so all those had to tell a story. So I love that it's coming full circle to tell a story. So those are some of the things that I loved.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And that's what our Friday class is going to be about. We're going to learn about, oh my gosh, people have taken thousands of photos, like literally,
Yes,
like
yes.
how do we pull those together and what are we looking for to create a series of images that are going to tell our Italian story. So we're going to learn how to do that. And then we're going to edit those photos. And it's really great. I just did a mini Capture One session for the people that use Capture One and just talking about like some of the workflow things, and people are like, how do I do this? Or I can't get out of this, or I've got this setting on, and just being able to like fix those things so you can be creative is really good. So we can go ahead and edit our photos. And at some point we're going to have to do like some kind of, I don't know, like group presentation, or like, can we share all the links, or, you know,
What
all
everyone
the,
did.
yeah.
Well, I was
Yeah.
telling my mom that I'm going to take, because never have I just take pictures of people or food. That's it.
Yeah.
But here I feel a new creativity sparking in me that I have never had.
Yeah.
And I told Rachel my goal was with this is to find a new mood that would work for what I'm trying to tell. Just inside, Candace was asking, why does everyone love cinnamon rolls so much right now? What makes them so great? They're hard to make. And it was very funny. And they said something really great. I think it was Annie who said, it's not the cinnamon roll, it's the feeling that the cinnamon roll brings. Christmas morning, Easter morning, Sundays with grandma, whatever it
Feeling
is.
cozy, treating
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. And so as we are doing our food photography, as you and your community, you guys are doing your blogs, we're not just sharing a sandwich recipe. What's the emotion that you're trying to share, or the story you're trying to share behind it? And Google will never be able to take that away from you and your community, or not. Google's great. I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm meaning nothing can ever change that. If you tell a story and people are drawn in and captivated by that, they'll always be, and they'll always come back to you. So I really like what we've been able to build here with that too, storytelling through photography.
Hello. We have somebody up on the balcony.
We did a swap exchange.
Oh yeah, the
prop
prop
exchange.
swap. That was super fun.
That was fun.
Yeah,
See what everyone
everybody brought like something that meant something to them, or purchased something like vintage, and we laid it all on the table and did like a swap. And people were very generous because they brought not just one thing but multiple things. So I think I got like 3 fun new props to take
that
home.
too. It was so
Yeah.
fun.
And there's like a cute little shop on the property, so they sell I don't know if you mentioned this, but they sell the produce that they grow on the acreage here. So I got this cute little jar of olives, and one of the props that I got was a little it was like a little fork that you would use for like olives or oysters and something like that. So I went and captured my olive jar against a beautiful textured wall, and then I'm going to capture the olives themselves with a little prop. So
It's so fun.
Love that.
I'm
it'll
gonna make
remind me of this trip every time I use it. That's
yes,
special.
and that's so yes. And we had a funny thing that I have to tell you guys. Rachel doesn't know this story yet. I was so proud, if you've been following along on my stories on Instagram, of this beautiful wall that my new creative eye was very drawn to. It was a wall by the bathroom, but it was red, and it had all these people's like initials on it.
That they had etched
That
in.
they had etched in. It was so beautiful and so artistic. I'm like, take my picture. And I was so proud. It was beautiful. beautiful. The light was beautiful. Everything was beautiful. So now Amy and you guys who've been following along, you can go back and watch. And Abby's like, did you know there's a penis by your head?
Oh no.
I was like, no, but someone had drawn one. But I did not see that. I only saw the beauty of the wall. So anyway, quite funny. But when you're looking at backgrounds for your photography while you are traveling, maybe triple check the wall.
Yes, good point.
I sure
I'll
do
do
that.
Make sure I do that too. Yeah.
So now I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
That's all I see in that photo.
Hopefully
now.
we can Photoshop it out.
This is
Hopefully,
true.
but I already shared it.
That's okay.
Hopefully, no one else saw
It'll
it.
be a great before and after. Look at the
There you
skills that I
go.
have.
That was not there.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
gosh, I
should
could
be
do
your
that.
photo you edit.
What is that thing that when people think they saw the movie because they
Oh, the Mandela
the
effect?
Mandela effect? No, it was
Yes,
not there. It was never there.
Over there.
The what? So that would
There
be
you
funny
go.
to do.
Mhm.
So we've heard a lot from participants. What's some of the things that you've heard from all these wonderful women who are here of their success stories?
Well, I think it really depends on everyone has come with like a different goal. There are people who are looking to have their creativity reignited, and they've definitely done that. There are people, including myself, who are like really excited to come and connect with other creatives and have conversations. There are people who are like just wanting to learn how to use their camera and take photos. And yesterday we had a participant who her camera was not, it just wasn't working the way she wanted, and she was seeing all these beautiful things. She just decided to use her iPhone. Then today in the pasta making class, she was shooting and freezing motion. So like
On her
just
phone?
yeah, no, on her
On
camera.
her camera. Oh.
So like she learned how to do the settings today, and like what an amazing takeaway. And she was showing me like she was freezing things and exploring, and she was super proud. So it's just, like that's something all of us have experienced, because you're not born knowing photography, but like those fundamental skills are so important to help you be creative. Like when you can really hone your camera settings as second nature, like that's such a game changer for that person. It is. Yeah.
And I also learned today about Rachel. Did you guys know this? She was a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah,
you
I
teach?
studied education at university. So I worked in a high school, which in Australia is like year 7 to 12.
Oh, okay.
But I taught like business and legal studies, not
Very
anything
nice.
creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
That's
think,
amazing.
think that's nice though, because the educators, that we have at these events make a big difference. And Rachel has been incredible with
Thank
just
you.
the knowledge she's sharing and just your approach. And I think, that people are coming away having like revolutionized their photography. in a
Yeah,
lot
when
of
you've been
ways.
doing it for 12
Yeah.
years, like you forget how many little things that you have
Yeah.
to share that just come out naturally with being with people and doing all the labs, and
Yeah.
no questions are off limits, so everybody
Mhm.
knows they can come at any time and ask me anything.
It was fun to see someone come in the first day. We have the villa where we're staying in another little house. And then there's a studio where we do our photography lessons. And it was so cute to watch the person when they walked in for the first time. They're like, this is extremely professional.
Oh,
And we're like,
yeah.
oh, we aim for that.
Yeah.
It was because your
the
slideshows were up and it was
Yeah.
all very cohesive.
So
And you're
you're
like,
happy about
oh.
the PowerPoint.
well, because you
Yeah, it's such
worked
a
really hard on
visual,
that.
yeah, and it's such a visual niche that like sometimes I can throw a technique at you, but like what does it actually mean? And what does it mean to me in my photography? And then what can you take away from it? So like seeing those things visually, I think are really so helpful, especially in this.
I loved learning about breaking the pattern. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, breaking the
Yeah,
pattern. It was
yeah.
fun to see
We
that
learned a new term
angle.
today.
Like if your pasta is all in a bowl in one look, then move this piece over here, this triangle, to be off that look a little
Yeah,
bit.
because otherwise like pasta is such a heavy
Mhm.
recipe. Like it can just look like a lot in a bowl, and like
Mhm.
where do you look? So we were trying to figure out like how do we soften that, and how do we allow the viewer to like have a place to rest their eye? And yeah,
So
break-in
those were
pattern is one of them.
yeah. So it's been fun to learn new techniques and new ways of doing things. And so what is a piece of advice you'd give to our community if they're doing photography, but maybe they don't feel like they're doing it as well as they could? They're not here, and we love our community, so we want to give them a little bit of wisdom as well. So what would you share with them?
I think for me, something is like you know, food photographers, food bloggers work really hard. We can get really stuck in our niche, stuck in the studio, stuck on the tripod. I think anytime I've tried to photograph something outside our niche has really brought something beautiful, like seeing how the light is different in different countries or different times of year, or just, you know, you don't just have to do this in Italy, but there's so much color inspiration around us on different like walls in and in, you know, like architecture and interior design. So trying to break out of that to see other ways of seeing, and how can you bring that, you know, into your photography.
I love it. So giving yourself permission multiple times a year to get outside of the kitchen or outside the studio and photograph other things, even though it has nothing to do with your blog or what you're doing, because it will re-spark creativity.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And I mean, when I landed here, I came a little early, and I was here on a Wednesday, maybe it's a Thursday. Anyway, I had like 2 days, and I felt like I needed to adjust. Like I made some mistakes with the camera. I forgot my adapter one day. Like these happen to you, even though you've been doing it for like over a decade. Yeah. So sometimes you just have to get that out of the way, and then like you start really seeing things. So it's nice to be able to have like a period of time, not just like, you know, one day. If you can, you know, maybe do that over a week or something like that. A weekend.
I think that's a good thing. We've been talking a lot about blogger burnout. It's very real. And I can't remember who said it, but recently on a podcast, I know Erin shared it with me from Meaningful Eats, but that you can't just skirt around it. You have to go through it.
You have to go through it.
Which means you have to stop everything for a period of time. That's a great time to get creative in another way and be like, I'm going to photograph doors.
Yeah. And it's just there's no expectations, and maybe you'll take a bunch of photos and they're nothing.
Right.
But like every photo, maybe that whole experience didn't, you know, like my first day photographing here, I didn't really get that many good shots, but I got them all out of the way, and it just meant I was one step closer to taking those beautiful photos.
Well, I like that. And that's what I'm going to put together, all the photos that I did. And maybe they're not that great, but I'm going to put them into a little book so my kids can see the sights and things of Italy.
That's cute. That's really
and some of them won't be great, but that's okay, because then it's fun to go back in 5 years and be like, wow, look how far I've come, you know? So thanks for sharing. That's very exciting. Do you guys have any questions for Rachel? If you do, you can put them right in the chat and we will answer them.
Hopefully you can still see us. It's quite dark.
Yes. We're being lit by the computer. Here's what we're going to do, because we should have done it when we still had light, but I think we can turn around the camera. Oh, hello. But here is the villa. This is the backside of the main Villa Bocella. So we're in 2 properties, but I'm afraid I'm going to lose service if we go over there.
Yeah.
But you can see the property really quickly. We have a little bit of like twilight dusk going on, but
Speaking of Twilight, Volterra,
oh my gosh. Yes.
we've got to go to Volterra and hear all about their vampire superstitions and see some of the places. It was very fun. If you're a Twilight fan, it was quite fun.
All right. Well, because we have run out of daylight officially, just want to say thanks for tuning in and listening. Big thanks to Rachel for being here with us as an
Thank you
educator.
for having me. It's been incredible.
And if you are feeling FOMO right now, which is understandable, it's pretty great in Italy, we have a waitlist going for our next international retreat in 2025. It's going to be tropical. That's the only information. And your sunglasses. That's all we can tell you right now, but it'll be next summer in 2025. We definitely plan on doing more international retreats, because this one has been smashing success so far. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Rachel, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.